This episode of Dr. Glass is brought to you by Johnson Carnival.
Hello everybody and welcome to another exciting episode of Hooked on Carnival, or help me, I'm confused. You, not me. Now, what's all the laughing for? Why? Did I say something wrong? What? Laughing? Why is everybody laughing? Have I done something wrong? Not my zipper, you can't see that. My collar, my hair. What's so funny? What's so fun? What? Is it behind me this side like that stupid fish? Or is it? Oh. Who's responsible for this? Who did this? Okay. Who did this? Was it you, Boris? Oh, Boris. That's enough of that. If you can't be good, there's going to be no more raw meat for you tonight. Oh, okay, back to the show. This week we've enlisted the Pope Francis, a gynecologist, Hillary Clinton to provide answers for your questions.
Hey, she did not get our email.
She didn't get our email. Are you sure we sent it?
Positive.
Oh, okay. Hillary didn't get our email, so scratch Hillary. Okay, so let's get started. Do we have a first question, Boris? Can you hand me that first question? Thank you. Are you a sir or a ma'am? I'm not quite sure yet. Okay, first question is, what is a water pitcher? Well, in Carnival glass, the large pitchers are considered to be water pitchers. And we have some examples over here. This would be a good, very pretty example of a water pitcher. Very plain, simple pattern on the outside. Nice looking handle here. The iridescence is all the way up the side, all the way up the handle. And you have to be considerate when you're holding a water pitcher, because the handles were usually put on as a second step. Now, if that was a second step, that means it's kind of weaker or fragile at these points here. If you have a nice water pitcher, you don't want to hold it by the handle. You want to hold it from underneath and by the side here. I guess, well, we're going to be pushed here. Okay, so that would be a good example of a standard water pitcher. This one is a little bit more decorative. It's got some trees around the outside and some decorative symbols on it. Nice pour spout here. And again, a pitcher with a handle on it. Pitch me over and pour me out. A teapot? No, those are teapots. So, okay, enough of that. So those are two pitchers. Now they do also come in different odder shapes than the ones you see here. For this one's considered a cannonball shape. Okay, it's got a wide top here for pouring things out. No particular spout in this one. But if you look at the bottom shape, the bulbous shape looks like a cannonball. Again, it would have a handle which has been put on as a second step, and be very careful, don't ever hold it by the handle there. Okay? That would be a cannonball example. And this one is a little bit more unusual than the first three. This is called a tankard. A tankard. You might picture this in the beer steins of Germany. Everybody drinking their ale out of here, or their German beer. Kind of straight all the way up on the sides. This has a lot of pictures of grapes from grapevines here on the side. Some decorative things on the bottom, things on the bottom here. And again, it's got the handle on it. So this would be a tankard. And the spout there is just about right for your mouth, okay? When you take down that beer. So that's I think that solves the questions for the first question here about what is a water pitcher. We got 4 very good examples there. Do we have a second question today? Thank you, Boris. And the second question today is what are the different edges on Carnival glass pieces? Okay, the answer to that question, the most common edges, there's 5 of them. 5 different edges in Carnival glass is the sawtooth edge. You can see it's shaped like the saw blades I had pointed out in earlier episodes. Scalloped, you can see the scalloped edge on that little hump, all this goes all the way around. And smooth, very smooth. Bracket, it's got little bumps, almost like a combination of the sawtooth and the scallop. And then the beaded down here, which looks like little beads on there. Let's take a look at the sawdust. This sawtooth edge. Again, as I pointed out once in the past, a sawtooth edge looks like the little teeth on a saw blade as it goes all the way around this particular plate. Okay. Each of them very evenly placed, just like the blades on a saw. A sharpened saw, not my saws. My saws are pretty dull, but I would call that sawtooth. Then the second one is scalloped. Again, in a scalloped edge situation, you got like little bumps, bump, 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 all the way around. Even size, even spaces, and that would be a scalloped example of a plate. Again, very good iridescence on those first 2 plates there. Try this one. Okay, this would be an example of a smooth edge. Now, if you look at it this way, you can see how everything's pinched in. But if you look at right across the top, you can see it's flat. It would be flat all the way around here. So that would be considered smooth. It doesn't go up or down. It doesn't go bumpy, 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 bumpy. It's just smooth all the way across the top. If I would turn it upside down on the table, you would see that each of the edges, all the edges all the way across, touch the table. Okay? That would be a smooth-edged Carnival glass plate. And the fourth one here would be bracket. And I said it was almost like a combination of a scalloped and sawtooth, where as you look at the edges, the main figure goes up and down, kind of like the scalloped. But along that scallop, there's these little bumps, like little tiny little pimples on the edge there. Okay, consider like almost like a tooth or a bump as it goes around. Evenly spaced all the way around. Sometimes on the top of the scallop, sometimes within the scallop, but that would be a scalloped edged piece of Carnival glass. And the last one would be beaded. Beaded again looks like little beads, okay? It's almost as if someone took a sawtooth edge and rounded all the points off. As you go around, the little rounded beads evenly placed all the way around it, all the way around it, all the way around it. All the same height on the very edge of that very, very pretty piece of Carnival glass, pretty iridescence. Okay. I think we have that question answered, and I believe that's all the questions we have today. Okay. And there you have it. Hopefully we've been helpful in improving your Carnival glass collecting experience. Were there any comments from our viewers this week? Okay, thank you, Boris. And this comment is from Kenda. And Kenda asked this: do you have anything on underneath that doctor's coat? Well, I've got underneath my doctor's coat what every good Scotsman wears under his kilts. And if you'd like to come up and meet me tonight, I'll show you. Come up and see me sometime. Okay, that's our show for today. Keep those cards, letters, and comments coming in. You can send your questions or comments to me at Dr. Glass, D-R-G-L-A-S-S, at hookedoncarnival.com. And you'll see it across the bottom of your screen right now. And that's the show. Please run right out and join your local Carnival Glass Club. They're the best places to get hooked on Carnival. For those who live in or near the New England area, and that's quite an area up there, East Coast, Northern East Coast, think about joining the New England Carnival Glass Association, NECGA. Their address is at the bottom of the screen also. They're a great club and it costs no more than a Jiffy Lube oil change to join. So goodbye, wave goodbye, Boris, and we'll see you in the next episode.